Arsharae, and I'm back with another video. First, let me say, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like, don't even wait. Just pause the video, hit subscribe, then come back to the video, like, right now. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you will not miss a video, any of the videos that I post. If you are not new to my channel, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. So let's get into it. This is the Haves and the Have-Nots, episode 7. So basically what's going on here is last episode, the episode ended with Jim on the phone with the people who kidnapped Benny, and he told them to shoot Benny. So at this point, Hannah thinks that Benny is dead, and Hannah basically attacks Jim in his hospital room, in his hospital bed, and and she's just basically is like, she can't believe that he did that. He's gonna get what's coming for him, and you know, Jim is an arrogant SOB, so he's like, he doesn't care. He doesn't think it's gonna happen to him. He just tells Hannah, like, he just really does not care, and he feels like nobody can touch him. Basically, that's how he feels. So the nurse tries to put Hannah out, but Hannah's not with it. Hannah's like, no, he killed my son. I am going to get him. You ain't nobody gonna make me leave. You can't make me leave. And so she threatened him in front of the nurse. She beat him with her purse in front of the nurse, and I'm like, yes, Hannah, get him, Hannah. Then when the nurse finally gets Hannah out of the room, he calls the nurse a bitch. And I'm like, really? Like, she just helped you, okay? She didn't have to help you. She could have let Hannah continue to beat your ass, honestly. But yeah, so Hannah left the room, and so Jim is just an asshole. And then he's like, get me some more morphine, bitches. I just thought that was so funny. He's like, oh my gosh, asshole, man. All right, so cut to the next scene. Benny isn't really dead. I don't know if Jim maybe told the guy to pretend that he was gonna shoot Benny, or what happened. I don't know, but all I know is Benny is not dead. Benny is not dead, okay? And so when they go to get Benny, when they go to this part, Mitch's family shows up, and of course Mitch's family is the Malones. They are very powerful, blah blah blah, whatever. And the guy was like, who are you? And then they was like, do you know who we are? You know, and he was like, we're the Malones. You're gonna let him go? Do you know who our family is? He was like, yeah, but this is a big payday. And they were like, we don't care that this is a big payday for you. Let him go, okay? So the guy lets him go. When he uncuffs Benny, Benny punches him in the gut. Because of course he's mad that he's been kidnapped and locked up. Then the Malones attack the guy for trotting on their territory, because they said he cannot be operating in their territory without their permission. So they basically beat the crap out of him. Okay, so Mitch calls his cousin to make sure that they have Benny. They have Benny, but his cousin told him that Benny left. And he was like, what do you mean that Benny left? He was like, Benny's not here. He's like, put Benny on the phone. He's like, no, I'm not giving that kid my phone. All right, so background, they're racist. Mitch is like the only one out of his whole family that's not racist, okay? But everyone else is racist. So he is basically... He's basically like, I'm not giving that kid my phone. He doesn't want Benny to use his phone. He doesn't want to give Benny a ride out of the neighborhood that he's in. Nothing. But Mitch is like, listen, okay, he has no phone. He has no money. He has nothing. Just bring him out of the neighborhood, and I'll meet you somewhere and get him. So it took a little convincing, but his cousin eventually agrees to give Benny a ride, even though he doesn't want to. Then Mitch tells Candace that she can send the money, but she says she's not sending nothing until she actually lays eyes on Benny and knows that he is okay. Madison is still trying to tempt Jeffrey. They're having this whole conversation about Jeffrey being tempted or attracted to Madison, and Jeffrey said that He's not gonna fall for it. He's not gonna let Madison pull him in. He tells Madison to put on his clothes. Madison is like, are you sure you want me to put on my clothes? You know you want this, basically. And so they're going back and forth. And then Madison puts on his pants. But Madison moves closer to Jeffrey. And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, are you attracted to me? Are you tempted? He was like, yeah, I'm very tempted. And so Madison puts his arm around Jeffrey, and so Jeffrey puts his arm around Madison. They start to kiss, and you know where it goes from there, okay? Even though they cut to commercial, we can use our inferencing skills, and we know that it went down between Madison and Jeffrey. Something Madison been trying to do for a long time, okay? Catherine calls Hannah from jail, and Hannah tells her that Jim had Benny killed, because at this point Hannah still doesn't know that Benny isn't killed. And Catherine says that she can't believe that Jim would do something like that, but she tells him that she did. But while she's on the phone with Catherine, Benny walks in, and she tells Catherine that Benny's okay, and she was like, thank God that he's okay. Catherine asks Hannah to come see her in the jail. Hannah tells her that she's not coming right now. She needs to go to the bank first. And Catherine tells her, no, you need to wait before you go to the bank. I need you to come see me first, and that'll save you a trip from going to the bank 2 times. And she was like, why would I have to go to the bank 2 times? And she was like, just come to the jail and see me, and I'll tell you why. And so she basically was like, okay. And if you recall from last episode, Catherine is going to turn everything over to Hannah because she is possibly going to be sued, and she's trying to hide her assets. Getting juicy. All right, so Hannah insists on going to the bank, but Benny is trying to go without her. And the reason why he's trying to go without her, because he's really not trying to turn over the money. He is mad with Jim, so he doesn't want to turn over the money to Jim. So Hannah leaves and says she's gonna be right back. She has to go get some things together, and she's gonna be right back. So while she's gone, Benny tells Candace that she's not giving the money back. F Jim, basically. She's gonna get on the plane and run with the money. And Candace is like, no, I'm not doing that. And Benny is like, yes, you are. You are doing this. And so Candace was like, but Mama is gonna be mad. And he was like, since when do you care how she feels or what she thinks? Because Hannah and Candace have been at each other's necks for so long. But I'm just like, Candace, don't do it. She doesn't want to do it because she doesn't want Jim to come after Benny. But Benny insists that he can take care of Jim. I just hope Candace doesn't run with this money. So they leave without Hannah, and when Hannah comes back and realizes that they are gone, she is not happy at all. She's not happy. So she tries to call Benny, but he doesn't answer the phone. He goes straight to voicemail. She tells him she doesn't like what they're doing, and they better return that money before something else happens. And they ain't returning that money. So the hopeful attorney general meets with Charles, and he isn't happy that Charles took so long to ask him into his cabinet, but Charles said he had to get some things cleared up. It was not any indication of how he felt about him being on his cabinet or whatever, because as you know, Charles is the president-elect, or if you don't know, Charles is the president-elect. So he has been elected to be president, and he's trying to get his cabinet together of people that he can trust. So basically now he wants the hopeful attorney general, the person that he's asked to be his attorney general for his time in the chair. He wants this attorney general, this hopeful attorney general, to go to the actual attorney general, the one that had all this mess dug up about Candace, and he wants him to get as much information as he can about who leaked this information on Candace and why they leaked this information on Candace, basically. So Celine goes to see Jim, and Jim is a pure asshole to her, as he always is. She asks him to do the right thing. And he says, why would he do the right thing why would I do the right thing? Why would I do the right thing when I've never done the right thing? She basically wants him to take care of their children. While Celine used to be a maid for Jim and Catherine, and while she was a maid for them, he was cheating on Catherine with Celine, and they have 2 sons together. But Jim is not offering any support to those kids, and I'm just like, Celine, why would you expect him to provide any support to those kids when you already knew the type of person that he was, and he was cheating on his wife with you? Like, girl. So they go back and forth or whatever, and she says that she just wants a little help, and he says he's not gonna help her. And she was like, you're such a son of a bitch. He was like, yes, that would be me. Like, Jim is just this great asshole, like, for real. So she says that he's forcing her hand, and she's going to get him. She said, okay, you forcing my hand right now because you won't help me. You are used to women being weak. You think women are weak, but I'm going to show you that I'm not weak. I'm going to show you just how strong I am. So, then she is walking out. She's saying some stuff in Spanish, but I didn't understand what she was saying. But I heard when she said punta, so she called him a bitch in Spanish, and she walked out. When she steps outside, she calls Veronica because Veronica offered to help her. But you know, any type of help that comes from Veronica does not come without strings attached to it. So Celine, you better be careful, okay? So Veronica's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send you my address, come to my house. And then she was like, wait, what kind of car do you drive? And Celine is like, why? And she was like, what year is your car? And Celine is like, why? And she was like, does your car leak oil? And she was like, I don't know. And then so Veronica was like, oh, don't park that shit in my driveway. And I'm like, really, girl? You are that freaking obsessed with your image and everything that you don't even want oil in your drive. I mean, I understand it's hard to get it up or whatever, but Veronica's she's just a bitch, like, for real. Justin is home and Veronica's thugs show. I think his name is Real. He showed up to Justin's house, and Justin is begging him not to beat the crap out of him. He's like, man, listen, I already got internal bleeding. Please, please, please don't. And he was sounding like a little bitch because he's just begging for his life, okay? He's like, please don't hit me. Please don't do this. Please don't do that. And he was like, well, and he was like, how can I make this stop? And Real was like, well, you gotta ask Veronica because this has nothing to do with me. If she calls me and tells me to come and do something to you, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm like, poor Justin. I don't like him, but the fact that Veronica will not let up and she keeps getting this man's ass beat, it sucks, and I feel bad for him. So he was like, okay, wait, I have money. And he was like, I have $4,000. I can give you this it's my bill money, but I'm gonna give it to you so you can stop beating me. And so Real was like, okay, I'll take it. But he was like, but I gotta at least get one hit in. Well, after Justin gives him the money, he's like, I at least gotta get one hit in. He was like, oh man, come on. He was like, listen, it's a deal for a deal. So he basically punches Justin in his stomach where he already has stitches. He already has internal bleeding. And I just hope the man don't die, okay, at this point. But all the things he did to Jeffrey, he probably deserves to die. Landon is working overtime to get Charles to consider taking Candace back. Charles tells Landon that he and Candace are done because of the way he treated her. He basically when he found out everything that happened with Candace, he basically made Candace get in the trunk of a car so no one would see her being with him. And I was like, that's some effed up stuff, okay? So if I was Candace, I probably wouldn't want to have anything to do with him either. Landon says that he can get her back, but Charles doesn't think so. But he tells him, if you think you can get her back, go ahead and get her back. Catherine is trying everything she can not to be in this jail. So she's like, listen, it's dirty in here. It's stuffy in here. I need some air. My lawyer coming in a little bit. Just let me stay out. Then the guy is like, no. So now Wyatt has realized that he does not have immunity anymore. So now he wants to get on Catherine's good side. He wants to apologize to her. He wants to say that he was messed up. He was high. He didn't know what he was doing. He was out of his mind. But Catherine is not with it. Catherine is not budging. She is like, did the attorney general tell you that we weren't going to press charges on you? He was like, you're not going to press charges on me? She was like, of course we are. Why wouldn't we? You tried to kill us. Of course we're going to press charges on you. And so he's trying to beg his mom. He's even telling her that he'll go to rehab. He needs help. Please help him. She ain't buying it. He thinks Jim is gonna help him, and she was like, Jim ain't helping your ass either. And he was like, yes he is. And she was like, no he's not. So Wyatt, you just don't put yourself in a hole, okay, baby? You don't put yourself in a hole, and there's no way you're gonna get out of this. Your mom is not budging. Your dad is not gonna budge. You should have thought about that before you tried to kill your parents, because now your ass is in jail, and that is where you are going to stay. Justin arrives at Veronica's house and asks can they talk. He basically is asking her how can he stop being beat. What can he do? And she's like, can you take back when you hit me? And he was like, no. And she was like, well, I can't stop you from being beat. So basically, she's mad because he hit her. And I don't even think it was a hard. I think he slapped her. I don't even think it was a hard slap. Not condoning men hitting women. Not condoning it. But Veronica is being a total bitch about this, okay? This man is begging for his life. He was like, I have money. I'll give you my 401k. She was like, no amount of money can buy my forgiveness. I will never forgive you for hitting me. And this, that, and the other. And Justin he's over it, and Veronica is just pure evil. And he was like, but, and she was like, butts, yeah, you do like butts, don't you? How does yours feel? Because I'm guessing she paid the people to rape him too. And I'm just, at this point, I don't like Justin, but I feel sorry for him, because Veronica is just pure evil, okay? And she's just doing him so wrong. So the DA arrives to see David, and David gives him the information to take Veronica down. He thinks that David is trying to set him up, so he says that he isn't buying it. But David is like, no, I'm telling you. Like, okay, so basically this is what it is. The DA thinks that David is giving him information on Veronica to save Catherine, and then they're going to get Veronica off, because they feel like it's easier to get Veronica off than it is to get Catherine off. But David is telling him, no, this is not it. This is real. This is real information, okay? I am giving you everything on a silver platter. But he's not taking it. He's not considering it. So he was like, okay, listen, if you want to take this, I have some other information with some other crimes in it. But if I give you this information, I need immunity. He was like, you involved in it? He was like, nah, I may have some knowledge about it, but hell yeah, he was involved in the shit. He may not have pulled the trigger, but he helped cover it up, okay? So he basically was like, okay, we'll talk. You come to my office tomorrow. All right. And then David is looking for Jeffrey. He's calling Jeffrey. Jeffrey isn't answering. Okay. Because we know what's going down. Jeffrey isn't answering. So he goes upstairs and he opens Jeffrey's door without knocking. Okay. And what does he see? He sees his son getting banged out by Madison. And he was like, oh my God. And he closes the door and he walks out. I'm sorry, that just tickled me, because nobody ever tell you to knock before you enter someone's room. And Jeffrey them should have locked that door anyway. But still, nobody never tell you to knock before entering, okay? Because you might see some shit you don't want to see, and that's exactly what he saw. Oh, hilarious. But yeah, that's it for this episode. That was the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. If no one else tells you that they love you, Arsharae loves you. I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye.